Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today as we announce the launch of a new digital platform designed to help reduce gun violence in our communities. This platform enhances efficiency and strengthens communication and coordination between the court, law enforcement, and our justice partners. In January of 2024, the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, and the court announced the receipt of a $4.12 million grant from the Judicial Council of California to improve the state's firearm relinquishment process. Since then, the court has worked closely with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, and the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office to develop two new tools as part of a comprehensive digital platform that strengthens our collective response to firearms relinquishment violations. On September 8th of this year, the court launched an automated notification system that immediately alerts law enforcement and prosecutorial agencies when a restrained party fails to comply with a court-ordered firearms relinquishment. This new system represents a step forward in ensuring timely, consistent, and efficient communication between the court and law enforcement, helping to remove firearms from individuals who are legally prohibited from possessing them. Previously, when a firearms relinquishment order was violated, court clerks had to manually identify the appropriate law enforcement agency based on the restrained party's address and then send notice. This process could take several days, especially in areas with overlapping jurisdictions, delaying enforcement, and undermining public safety. Now, with the automated system developed in partnership with the agencies here today, notices are sent within minutes of a violation being entered into the court's case management system. This system automatically identifies the correct jurisdiction and transmits the notice electronically, eliminating manual steps, reducing the chance of human error, and enabling faster law enforcement response. The court now uses the automated system to send notifications to all 88 law enforcement agencies across Los Angeles County, standardizing the notification process and enhancing the safety of our residents. In addition to the notification system, the court is piloting a new portal that promotes even greater collaboration and information sharing among justice partners when firearms relinquishment violations occur. Through this secure portal, agencies can view all notices within their jurisdiction, including key details such as a case number, the restrained party's address, warrant, parole, or probation status, relevant court documents, and the status of notifications sent to other agencies within the same jurisdiction. Currently, the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, and the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office are participating in the pilot. The court plans to expand portal access to additional justice partners in 2026. Now, in summary, I would like to share with you that government functions best when the different branches and agencies work together in service of the public good. By collaborating across jurisdictions, disciplines, and levels of government, we have developed a practical, data-driven solution that enhances public safety for the citizens of Los Angeles County and ensures compliance with vital court orders. Our spirit of collaboration has ensured that this platform is a product of shared expertise, mutual accountability, and a unified commitment to protecting the people we serve. I would like to thank our justice partners, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, and the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, as well as the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office, for their collaboration and leadership in making this milestone possible. Now, I am pleased to introduce Sheriff Robert Luna from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department to share some words. I apologize. My name is Sergio Tapia. I am the presiding judge of the Superior Court of Los Angeles County. Sure. S-E-R-G-I-O, last name T-A-P-I-A.
Good morning. Robert Luna, Sheriff of Los Angeles County. The new portal that the judge was describing represents a major advancement in public safety by enhancing judicial efficiency and expediting the exchange of information between the courts and law enforcement agencies. Specifically to the Sheriff's Department, our Major Crimes Bureau Armed Prohibited Persons team plays a critical role in keeping firearms out of the hands of individuals who are legally prohibited from possessing them. Individuals who, if left unchecked, could pose a very serious threat to themselves or others. This team that works for the Sheriff's Department has a task force member who's also assigned to the Alcoholics or Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosive. Their expertise, coordination, and commitment have been instrumental in our success in maintaining public safety and upholding the integrity of our firearm laws. Since this team was formed in March of 2024, they have been identifying and investigating individuals prohibited from possessing firearms due to domestic violence, criminal, civil, and elder abuse restraining orders. From March 2024 through September of 2025, the team has investigated 764 individuals. As a result of their efforts, 333 firearms have been transferred to licensed gun dealers. 102 firearms were removed by our team at LASD, 2 other law enforcement agencies, and 225 firearms were voluntarily turned in for safekeeping at sheriff stations or other local police departments in our region. Each of those firearms represent a potential tragedy, prevented, or a domestic violence situation that did not escalate, a life that was not lost to gun violence, a family spared from the grief of a tragedy. With the launch of this new digital portal, the process has become more efficient, more accurate, and more coordinated. Now, when a court issues the order, the Sheriff's Department or the Los Angeles Police Department is automatically notified. Upon notification, we will verify whether the restrained individual owns any registered firearms using state and federal databases. Our team then conducts direct field contacts, which include door knocks operations including door knocks, to ensure those firearms are safely relinquished. If firearms are found, individuals are instructed on how to surrender them properly, and proof of relinquishment is submitted back to the court. This new collaborative and automated process significantly reduces the risk of gun violence by ensuring timely enforcement of firearm relinquishment orders. It also enhances accuracy and accountability by minimizing clerical errors, maintaining up-to-date records, and improving overall reliability of information and shared between agencies. For the public, it really means a safer Los Angeles County, one where technology, accountability, and partnership work together to prevent unnecessary gun violence and prevent harm before it happens. This is a great example of how we are collaboratively leveraging technology to protect all of our communities and those that are vulnerable for this type of incidences. The launch of this portal makes real progress not only in technology but in partnerships, accountability, and a shared commitment to public safety. I would like to acknowledge the great work of our Major Crimes Bureau's team, who is responsible for doing this, our partners at the Los Angeles County Superior Courts, our partners at the Los Angeles Police Department, ATF, and LA County District Attorney's Office. This seamless coordination between the courts and law enforcement strengthens our ability to protect victims, hold offenders accountable, and strengthens public safety in Los Angeles County. I would now like to introduce the Chief of the Los Angeles Police Department, Jim McDonald.
Thank you very much, Sheriff. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. Protecting victims of domestic violence and preventing future harm are among our highest priorities. One of the most dangerous moments in a domestic violence case is when a restraining order is issued and a firearm is still in the hands of the restrained individual. The LAPD, now using a real-time digital portal to track and monitor individuals who are under a domestic violence restraining order and are prohibited from possessing firearms. Before this digital system launched in September of this year, LAPD was receiving notifications by email, a less efficient process that limited how quickly we could respond. This portal allows the courts to immediately notify law enforcement when someone fails to surrender their firearms as required by law. Within the LAPD, these notifications are tracked by the department's domestic violence coordinator, who assigns each case for investigation. Our gun unit within Gang and Narcotics Division conducts the field work, confirming the individual's residence, checking firearm registration, verifying service of the restraining order, and when necessary, conducting field investigations in order to recover weapons. Since the start of the Firearm Relinquishment program in mid-2023, our gun unit has recovered more than 220 firearms, including pistols, shotguns, rifles, and assault weapons from individuals legally prohibited from having them. These recoveries represent lives potentially saved and violence prevented. This digital program gives us a more efficient, accountable, and transparent way to act on court orders, closing the gap between the issuance of a restraining order and the recovery of dangerous weapons. Every gun removed from a prohibited person helps prevent tragedies before they happen. I want to thank our partners in the courts and our dedicated gun unit detectives for their commitment to this life-saving work. Together, we're making sure that those who are prohibited from having firearms actually relinquish them, and that survivors of domestic violence can live with greater safety and peace of mind. And I would just emphasize the partnership that we have and the organization seen behind you, and the organizations throughout the County of Los Angeles are like, I think, anywhere else in the nation. We work together very closely, we take care of each other, and we see that the big picture is achieved best by all of us working very closely together. Now, my honor to introduce the District Attorney of Los Angeles County, Nathan Hochman.
Good morning, Nathan Hochman, District Attorney of the Los Angeles County. To give you an idea of the importance of the technological advancement that you've heard today, let me take you back almost 30 years ago. I was a prosecutor here in Los Angeles, and when it came time to file a case, to deal with warrants, to deal with accessing information, I was surrounded by paper. Yes, I am that old. This is, in the days the days gone by when if you wanted to file a charge with the court, you put it on paper, you physically brought it to the court clerk, you filed the charge. If you had a warrant, you actually had to bring that warrant, get it signed by an agent, bring it to the court clerk, get it filed. If you had a domestic restraining order, and often those are civil domestic restraining orders, you even had to figure out what court it was filed in. And often it wasn't the prosecutor that filed it. You had to figure out where in the system it had been filed. Then you'd have to usually send someone to get into the court files, to go find it and make a copy of it, and then bring it back. And then if you wanted to use it, you had to file it again. So we dreamed about 30 years ago that one day, maybe, just maybe, the technology would catch up and we would be able to actually do this without paper. That was a fantasy 30 years ago, and it is reality today. What we have in our system is we have an e-filing system where the courts have done it on the civil side, they'll be doing it on the criminal side where we can actually file our charges electronically. We have an e-cert system where when law enforcement wants to give an investigative report to the district attorney's office, that can be done electronically. We have an e-warrant system where when agents, deputies, and officers want to get a warrant to search a particular place, that can now be done electronically. And now we have a firearms relinquishment order violation system. So when people have been issued these firearms relinquishment orders and they have not complied with them, rather than us having to hunt that down and figure out where it is in order to then actually use it to the advantage of a particular criminal case, This has now been done electronically. These things are automatically given out to 88 law enforcement agencies throughout this county, depending on where the person actually lives. That's amazingly helpful for certain prosecutions, particularly those dealing with domestic violence, and let me tell you why. If we have someone that has now been charged with a domestic violence criminal violation, one of the first things that happened is whether or not that person should get bail. One of the considerations is, have they complied with prior court orders? If we can now find out virtually automatically that there's a violation of a prior court order, that will affect the bail that they will get. If that person is out on parole and we find out there's a violation, we can go and move for a parole hearing. At sentencing, we can bring to the judge's attention any type of violations of firearm relinquishment orders. And what this will ultimately do, and by the way, the other important group that we can notify the district attorney's office and with law enforcement are potential victims. That if all of a sudden their victimizer, the person who abused them, now is in violation of a firearms relinquishment order, we can get that information to the victim and hopefully save lives in the future. The statistics are absolutely clear. Abusers who have access to guns are 5 times more likely to kill their victims than if they didn't have access to those guns. So today is another great milestone in technological advancements in our court system with the partners in law enforcement and the district attorney and the city attorney's office. I would like to give a particular shout out to the head deputy of my family violence division, Janice Johnson, who not only has worked with all our partners behind, she actually helped get some additional legislation to make this actually possible. So a big thank you to Janice Johnson. And let me also thank the presiding judge, Sergio Tapia, his incredible staff, Chief McDonald, Sheriff Luna. Again, this partnership is rare. And I will tell you, having been around the nation, it is rare to see a partnership work this well to make these technological advancements available to everyone, including the public. So thank you very much. And now we will open it up for question and answer.